Hello and welcome to a back to school edition of the Hauger History Podcast. I hope you've had a wonderful summer. I'm Mr. Hauger and this is Dana Hauger, and we're going to discuss some tips for getting organized for back to school, and maybe for you first time middle schoolers, some tips that I hope will help you throughout your educational career to be more organized and successful individuals. And then, of course, more organized when it comes to studying and understanding history. Thanks for joining us. I created this document here, which I will share an image of to help all of you students become a little bit more familiar with some of these tips. One of the things I want to talk to you about is setting goals. I feel like in history, all of the most accomplished people that we study all were tremendously focused and driven as far as keeping a organized list of short, middle, and long-term goals that they want to achieve, and then giving them an order of how to study and complete those goals and post them somewhere where you're going to see them all the time. People who post more goals, I find on a week where I post goals, I get an average of 2 to 3 more tasks completed per week. Now, if you add that up, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that's 8 to 10 tasks per week and more than 100 tasks or goals per calendar year. And that's a lot, isn't it, Danes? She's not even a year old and she knows that's a lot. That's my first tip for you is I think if you carry that on through your educational career and then also through your business acumen or whatever you do professionally, you'll find yourself more successful than your competition and more fulfilled as well. She agrees with me. For students, I find that being organized by being consistent is the most important thing. When students come to me with lost papers or assignments, it's usually because they didn't store them where they should have, shoved it or jammed it into a backpack or a cubby, and had no idea what happened after that. So my suggestion is what I did, and she sees her cat, so she's excited, is to post color-coded folders or notebooks. For example, social studies green, science blue, math red, and use those colors not just this school year, but through all of your educational years so you never wonder where your folders and binders are. You get the same color notebook binder and folder, and that way you always put things away right away, and you'll know where they are, and you'll have less time with assignments lost or missing, which I would guess is about 33% of the time that we encounter organizational mishaps in junior high. Secondly, with everyone carrying technology, start a Google Calendar and either put the assignment in your journal and your planner, or just put it in a Google Calendar with not only a notification of when something's due, but set your notification to be 1 or 2 days ahead of time so you don't procrastinate and get things done little by little, especially when you have those extended deadlines, which I will often give out in social studies class. And then, third of all, I think take time now to organize. It may seem like I would never want to spend 30 minutes or an hour getting things in order once, but if you think about how many times you've stressed out over things that have been misplaced or lost or damaged or just not knowing when or if something was assigned or due, you know that you've encountered lots of headaches because of those mishaps. So if you take the time to get organized now, I figure you'll have hours of free time later to play games, sports, or do the things that you like to do if you take time to get organized now. Well, I hope you appreciated those tips. This is the Hogger History Podcast, and all year long we're going to be posting social studies topics for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that are applicable to all who want to increase their background knowledge. So we hope you'll be with us all school year long. I'm looking forward to it and jazzed for the new year, and I hope you are too. You can visit DannyHogger.com for more tips. You can find me on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can support my music on Amazon or iTunes or Spotify. And you can also support little Danny here by doing all those things and liking and subscribing this video. So, I hope you have a great school year, and we will see you all year long right here on the Hogger History Podcast. So, have a great school year, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll respond to them. Have a great year.